What's up everyone, I'm Tim. This is my channel 40 Times Around, where we talk about everything related to motorcycles, camping, travel, and adventure. Today we're in California and I'm currently riding along, this is Lake Isabella on my right, and we're going to take a little ride along the Kern River. It's a really gorgeous ride. I've done it several times in the last few years. This place is like magnetic for me. I just keep wanting to come back here. The point of today's video is I've been getting a lot of questions, so I wanted to answer some of those. So it's a little bit of a Q&A, but it's also to kind of catch you guys up to what is currently going on, because you may have noticed there's a bit of a turnaround on my videos. I just posted a few days ago the video, the third part from Big Bend in Texas. Well, that actually happened a month ago. It just takes me that long to edit these videos and upload them and all of that. So there is a bit of a turnaround, and quite a few things have happened since then. So I want to catch up to current times, even though there are vlogs coming out that will be in sequential order up to current times. Just give you a quick rundown of where I am. So we're going to jump into all of that, and one more thing we're going to do is I'm going to announce the winner of the Surviveware giveaway. I had a little contest on Facebook. I know a lot of you guys said you don't use Facebook, but the next contest will most likely be on Instagram anyway, so maybe you use Instagram. So anyways, we're going to jump into that stuff right after this. Before we jump into the Q&A, I want to catch you guys up real quick. Now, like I said, this past Tuesday I posted a video from Big Bend. That was from about a month ago. So right now the turnaround time on these vlogs is just about a month. Since I left Texas, I headed north with my friend Bob. We ended up in New Mexico, the southern part of Colorado, to do Great Sand Dunes in Mesa Verde. All of it was wonderful. I got a lot of great vlogs coming out, getting into more detail. Met some amazing people. Going to be talking more about that. And from there we did the Big Five in Utah, the 5 national parks in Utah, and met up with a friend of mine, Cody, and Sasquatch, 2 of my friends, and they brought their dirt bikes down, and we got to ride Valley of the Gods and the Mogi Dugway. It was amazing. If you guys want to get a sneak peek of what my video is going to show you, and also see Cody's version of the story, he put out a vlog, or a 3-part series actually, about coming down to meet me and going for a ride through Valley of the Gods and the Mogi Dugway. I'll leave a link right here if you guys want to check that out. Shortly after Valley of the Gods, Bob went home to Phoenix to get ready for his next adventure, going to visit family and doing some other things this summer. So I've been alone since then. From there, went north and then south, Great Basin, Death Valley, Joshua Tree, and now I'm heading into the Sierra Nevadas. But on the road as I speak today, as I'm filming this, it's been a little more than a month, and it's been beyond my expectations in so many ways, and so anyways, that's kind of where I'm at today. Now let's jump into the Q&A, and there's quite a few, like I said, got some really great questions recently. The first question, in no particular order: why did I switch to the Recluse clutch? So the reason I switched to the Recluse clutch was because I had burnt out my OEM clutch, which that clutch pack, it's called the Lamalier pack, used to be $300, and I thought that was expensive. And when I went to buy one this year, the price had gone up to like $550, and it's the same clutch. They didn't make it better. It's the same exact parts. They just raised the price, almost doubling it. That wasn't sitting right with me, so I started looking into aftermarket, and I figured, well, there's got to be something that's either cheaper that I can deal with, or option 2 was there's one that's the same price but's better, and it's going to last longer, and I'll get more for my money, and it's actually worth $550, because I don't want to buy a $300 clutch kit for $550 $50 just because BMW decided today it's worth almost double. In my research, there's really not a lot of options. The Recluse clutch came up pretty quickly, and it's more plates because they're thinner, so they can fit more in there, which creates more torque, and they're far more durable, is what they, that's kind of how they sell them. Now, everything they were saying made sense. I decided to give it a shot because it was basically the same price as the OEM. And since I've replaced it, I've been very, very happy with it. As far as durability and longevity, that has yet to be determined. Question number 2 from Matt. When did I record the clutch video? Great question. He picked up on that. In that video, my bike still had the purplish tape on my crash bars. That video was filmed before I left on the trip. That did not happen while I was traveling. I got it all replaced and squared away before I left. I just never got around to editing that video until I was on the road. Hey, Carney, I believe it's Carney or Cami. I wrote these questions down and I have little notes on my tank bag. Look at this. Oh, that's beautiful. Anyways, the question was, how many miles do I have on the bike? And I'll tell you exactly. I have 68,436. And since I left Phoenix a little over a month ago, I've done 5,724 miles. So, yep, kind of really racking them up this last month. Jay Chapman, what espresso maker are you using? So, that company is actually sponsoring me. I absolutely love the Nanopresso from Wakeiko. I was using it for a while. The company actually ended up getting in touch with me, and it was like something I was using anyway, something I wanted to talk about anyway and share with you guys, and they wanted to work together with me. I absolutely love the Nanopresso. I cannot say enough good things about it. And like I said, I'd be saying this whether I was sponsored or not. If you are interested, though, I do have a link in the description box down below to their website, so you can check that out. Something I use just about every day. So, and the next question I have been getting quite a bit is why the blacked out windshield. I painted the windshield, and because for me it's not a windshield, I look over it. It's a fairing for me. I never look through it. I like the way it looks from the front. I put a nice bold white lettering on it 40 times around. So as far as in the first vlog, my camera angle was super low, got that squared away, and I think that was like it was right dead center in the video. So I moved the camera up to the side of the helmet now, and then for a while there, a setting got changed in my GoPro where it was cropping in, and some of you guys actually mentioned that in the third part of Big Bend, that the video was cropped because it was already filmed that way. I couldn't go back and refilm it. If I zoomed in, it made the windshield just huge and in your face. So I decided to just leave it cropped. That has since been figured out and fixed. So at some point in the near future, you won't be seeing that anymore. And then I was running into some issues with my audio. And unfortunately, it's just in the rush of, just kind of getting swept away on this trip. I forgot to check my audio as I was filming things, and just kind of having some issues with that, which I didn't catch on until it was too late. So that's also been fixed. Yeah, I'm just kind of figuring everything out, but it seems to be smoothing out. Kevin Sterner asked me, when will the hats be available? The hat that I've been wearing in a lot of my vlogs lately, it's got a little embroidered graphic. I was having some issues with it, got it all squared away. They are currently available. They're on my Teespring store. I'll leave a link to the store right here, and I'll leave a link to the hats in the description box down below. Okay, Rodney Hess asked me, how do I like the Shinko 705 tires? I absolutely love them. I'm sold. I think they're awesome tires. 10,000 miles on them since I got them. Now, let me clarify. I replaced the rear with a new Shinko 705 after about 7,500 miles. Just a lot of the places I went, unfortunately, it was very straight and flat. And so I wore right through the middle of that tire pretty quickly. I imagine if I was seeing more roads like this during that first month, I probably would have gotten closer to 9 or 10,000 miles out of that rear tire. Now the front is still going strong. I anticipate probably another 10,000 miles out of that front tire. As far as performance, they are incredible. Dry pavement, of course, they're excellent. Wet pavement, snow, hail, ice, sleet, been through all of it in the last month. I've never lost traction with the tire at any other point in any rain, water crossings, small rivers, puddles, off-road. I did get a chance to test them out in some mud. They were awesome. It was not deep mud, but it was very slick, and they did great. That was Valley of the Gods. I was slipping and sliding a little bit, but for the most part, they just maintained a straight line, and they did well. I didn't slide out or anything too bad. Done a little bit of soft sand, which I'm not super comfortable with yet. With all of this stuff on my bike, it's quite a challenge for me, and it's a little nerve-wracking. I think deep sand is probably my least favorite terrain. I will say these tires did pretty excellent, though. I did drop my bike. I got a little overzealous when I was conquering my fear of sand. It just started going sideways on me and just set the bike down in the sand. It was very gentle. It was it was very graceful, actually, and I just stepped off the bike and there it was, laying next to me. Last question, Rusty Hunt asked, is living on the road affecting your eating habits? Any weight loss, things like that? So, another great question, and I think kind of a two-part question. As far as the weight loss, I'll answer that because that's a little bit simpler. I do appear to be down a belt size. I am down one notch. I need to actually put a new hole in my belt. So I have apparently lost a little bit of water weight, which I don't know how much I had to really lose to begin with. I'm a fairly skinny guy. As far as the eating habits, 100% they have changed. And in some ways for the better, and in some ways for the worse. For the worse being that there's no predictability to it, and there's no real method to it. So it's just kind of, my diet is all over the place. How much I eat, when I eat. Sometimes I overeat because I haven't eaten all day. On the plus side, I feel like I'm just more aware of the choices that I'm making, I guess. And I think part of this is being on a budget. Being on a tight budget, and also living on a motorcycle, living this simple life where, like, everything has to have dual purposes. There's no room for fluff. So I am far more conscious about what I'm putting in my body and making sure that I'm not wasting money on junk food that isn't really doing me any favors. So I'm more inclined to find somewhere to buy an avocado and eat an avocado, or like, thank you, rather than like a bag of chips or a cookie or a pastry. Also, I'm definitely hydrating a lot more. I'm drinking a lot more water and less sugary drinks because, well, the water I'm drinking is free. I go to a gas station with a soda fountain and I fill up my 3 water bottles, and that's what I drink. And I also drink some coffee and some tea and stuff at night. I do cheat once in a while. I have some hot chocolate. I'm trying to cut that out, actually, because I'm just trying to lay off the sugary stuff. But I definitely feel like my perspective on what I'm putting in my body has changed. I'm looking more for efficiency, value, and I think in the past, when traveling, I had been more inclined to be at a gas station and let myself just kind of fall prey to the convenience of a convenience store and eat what was available there, which is typically junk food and garbage. And I consider myself, the way that I ride, the way that I travel, and the pace that I move at, I consider this almost, well, not almost, I consider it athletic. And I consider myself like somebody who climbs mountains. I want my body performing well, and I want my brain at peak levels so that I'm safe, I can have fun, I don't get worn out doing the things I want to do. You know, I want to fit a lot into every day. That's all the questions. Now, as promised, the contest winner of the first aid kit, some wet wipes, and a couple stickers, I don't actually know because I'm on my bike, but as I'm editing this, that will be the night before this video posts. I will get on Facebook and take a look, and this is the winner. So if that's you, you should be getting a message from me at some point, looking for your address where I can send this box to. As always, if you got something out of this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. I will be back to the regularly scheduled programming, catching up on some of these vlogs. Got a couple tips and tricks videos coming out, and I have had quite a few requests for some pretty cool video ideas. I will catch you guys in the next video. Ride safe.